so many of the threats are all elevated, all at exactly the same time.
A new warning from the FBI about terror threats here at home. What officials are saying about our southern border.
Plus, hard to believe, but everyone's okay after this car slammed into a restaurant where this happened.
Hundreds of thousands of residents in the South Bay could be impacted by water rate hikes. How you can share your concerns at today's meeting.
We've struggled through so much, lived on the streets for a while.
Oceanside's rising stars meet a 4-pack of perseverance.
It's 6 a.m. on Wednesday, December 6th, and you're up with CBS 8.
We do have breaking news we want to bring to you. Right now, a homicide investigation is underway in Ramona.
Yeah, we just spoke to the sheriff's department. They're telling us someone called around 11:30 last night to report a truck with a person inside who looked like they were shot. This happened at State Route 78 and Haverford Road. Deputies responded and confirmed the person was dead. No word on a suspect right now. We will keep you posted here on CBS 8 as soon as we learn new details. Thanks for being here at 6 a.m. on this Wednesday. I'm Eric Connard.
And I'm Netta Irampour. Yeah, so glad you're with us here. We are talking high surf and the marine layer returning some changes in the way. Let's get over to meteorologist Evan Arati now. The waves are so loud.
Yes.
It's like wild out there.
And through Friday, we've got high surf out there.
Okay.
We've got clouds that are going to build, maybe some fog into tomorrow morning. So big changes on the way in the forecast, all associated with this switch from a ridge of high pressure that was keeping us warm and dry, now moves off to the east to a trough of low pressure that is way up to the north of us, but it's a strong one. It's still influencing our weather pattern out there. We start the cool down today, low 70s along the coast, mid 70s inland. Back to you.
Evan, thank you.
Breaking news out of Texas. A man was just arrested overnight in connection with a string of homicides and shootings. 4 people were killed in Austin and 2 were killed near San Antonio yesterday. The victims were found in several homes. 2 police officers and a bicyclist were also hurt. Authorities think the man arrested is the only suspect. No word on a motive or any connections between the suspect and victims.
And more breaking news here this morning. We are just learning TV legend Norman Lear has died. Lear has produced, written, and developed more than 100 shows, including popular sitcoms All in the Family, One Day at a Time, The Jeffersons, and Good Times. He has received many awards, including 6 Primetime Emmys, 2 Peabody Awards, a National Medal of the Arts, and the Kennedy Center Honors. Lear was 101 years old.
Our other top story here on this Wednesday right now, the head of the FBI warning about an unprecedented level of terror threats here in the U.S.
We want to send it over now to CBS 8's Chris Grow here in studio to explain what the FBI director is saying about our southern border and its holiday season, Chris.
Yeah, pretty scary details here. We're talking about both threats from abroad, but also here domestically. FBI Director Christopher Wray gave the warning to U.S. senators yesterday. Intelligence reports show that terrorists may use the U.S.-Mexico border for potential attacks.
All the lights were blinking red before 9/11. Apparently, obviously, all of us missed it. Would you say that there's multiple blinking red lights out there?
I see blinking lights everywhere I turn.
Yeah, so again, a pretty dire warning. Now, this was all part of a new intelligence bulletin that just went out. It does go on to say that it would be groups like Al-Qaeda and ISIS that will likely use the Israel-Hamas war to increase calls for violence in the U.S. this holiday season. Now, Wray says the FBI is working with different agencies to prevent and disrupt any potential attacks, both domestic and from abroad. Last week, the FBI and Nevada authorities actually arrested a 16-year-old who allegedly threatened to attack Las Vegas in the name of ISIS. So Wray also called for the continuation of a controversial surveillance program that would target foreigners abroad. We'll talk a little bit more about that and why senators may not want to continue that next year. We'll talk about that in the next half hour. Eric and Netta.
Chris Grow, thank you for that live update. And now, for the first time in 5 years, water rates in the South Bay could jump in a few weeks.
Yeah, today the Sweetwater Authority will be voting on a series of price hikes. CBS 8's Regina Yarita live in Chula Vista now with how you can make your voice heard today. Regina.
Yeah, good morning, guys. And the Sweetwater Authority is encouraging the public to attend the public hearing later today. So it's really for the people to share their concerns over the possible water rate hikes. But the governing board is also scheduled to vote on it right after. So if approved, it could affect nearly 200,000 customers living in the areas of Bonita, Chula Vista, and National City. Now, I want to break it down for you. So under this proposal, rates would increase 0.5% on January 1st, then another 6% the following year, and 6.5% in 2026. Back in September, the Sweetwater Authority's governing board accepted a rate study. It showed that the rate adjustments are meant to maintain water service operations and infrastructure. The possible new rates will also help with the necessary repairs and improvements on their old water system. They also say that this is to keep up with the rising cost of treating and delivering water. But of course, some people in Chula Vista have shared that they're not okay with the proposal. During Chula Vista City Council meeting in November, people were upset, many saying they can't afford these water rate hikes. They also say that Sweetwater Authority should base their decisions on helping their customers, and they add that these rate hikes will only hurt people's wallets even more. So back out here live, in October, the Sweetwater Authority started sending emails and also mailing letters to residents notifying them about the possible water rate hikes and about today's public hearing. So that meeting is set for 5 p.m. Netta and Derek.
Regina, thank you for that heads up. And now this morning, reaction rolling in after more money was allocated for migrant services. The County Board of Supervisors did approve an additional $3 million in funding for a migrant center. The county has already spent $3 million, which has helped provide basic services like food and transportation to more than 30,000 migrants here in San Diego. The CEO of the organization that runs the center, SBCS, sent us a statement, and the statement says in part, "We applaud the County of San Diego. Without this continued investment, hundreds of migrants each day would be dropped off in our community without the ability to continue on their journey to see their loved ones." And County Supervisor Jim Desmond, who was against the additional funding, said in a statement, "Our immigration system is broken, and San Diegans should not have to sacrifice local services because of this breakdown. This situation is unsustainable for our community, both financially and logistically," he says, and he wants the federal government to pay up.
New this morning, a pair of earthquakes hitting Imperial County and were felt here in San Diego. It happened near Ocotillo around 8:11 p.m. The first was a magnitude 3.5. The second was 3.7 about 20 minutes later. People from Carmel Mountain Ranch to Point Loma reported feeling these. A series of earthquakes hit the same area on Friday.
It is now 6:08, and it looks like another really gorgeous start to the day. All these colors in the month of December have been really cool.
It's been very nice out there. We have some clouds that are starting to build as we start off the morning. We're going to watch as a more reinvigorated marine layer joins us for each day moving forward, especially tomorrow morning. That will also keep our afternoon highs cooler than we have seen those afternoon highs. Wouldn't say cooler than normal. In some cases, we might be right around normal, but the temperatures that we've had over the last several days, the 70s and 80s, they've been 10, 15 degrees above normal. So when we head back down to normal, that'll bring us back to the upper 60s and low 70s along the coastline, mid 70s inland. And that's what we see for this afternoon, with even more cooling expected for tomorrow afternoon. A couple clouds have already started to build along our coastline inland. We'll see a few high clouds by the afternoon, but that onshore flow is really going to prompt a more dense marine layer and even the opportunity for some fog as we start off tomorrow morning. Take a look at your temperatures right now across Southern California, the greater southwestern U.S. Bakersfield right now at 48 degrees. We are at 55 in Palm Springs, 50 in downtown San Diego. Phoenix, Arizona is at 58 as well. A lot of 40s and 50s that we have scattered across the screen there. Notice there are clouds off the Pacific. We also around the Baja area had seen a lot of cloud development early this morning. Right now, not a ton, but you may notice some of those clouds joining us as we kick off the day. Again, not nearly as much cloud cover that we have this morning because that marine layer is just starting to redevelop versus tomorrow morning where we have the expectation of much cooler temperatures and cloudier skies. About a 10-degree drop inland from this afternoon all the way to tomorrow afternoon. We'll start to warm our way back up Saturday, and then as we get into Sunday, we'll really start to see another ridge of high pressure build, and that'll help to bring those temperatures back up for Sunday. But that Thursday Thursday through Saturday stretch. Cooler, little cloudier is what we're expecting. Let's take a look at what we have going on as far as traffic goes. So far, things are quiet out there on the roads. No major crashes or collisions. We can, however, take you to just some slightly slower speeds in the North Park area around the 805, National City area with the 5 starting to slow down just slightly, and then mid-span on the Coronado Bridge might start to run into some slightly slower speeds, but nothing major to kick off the day. Let's take a look at your border wait times. Right now, 100-minute wait at the San Ysidro Port of Entry. That's going to be running you about an hour 40. Otay Mesa Port of Entry, hour and a half. Back to you.
Evan, thank you for that. And still ahead here, who was just named Time Magazine's Person of the Year.
Plus, incredible video of a car crashing into a restaurant full of customers. Look at this. And would President Biden be running again if it wasn't for former President Trump? What Trump is saying about being called a dictator as well.